Today I'm watching Goosebumps episode 2. This is from the 13 episodes that are available to watch on Netflix. I avoided this show when I was younger. It terrified me. I haven't seen any of the episodes. I know there's quite a few seasons, but I only found 13 episodes on Netflix, so comment below if you know where I can watch the rest of this series. I'm not too sure where this episode falls within the seasons. I know the show was aimed at kids, so I'm hoping it's not too scary since I'm watching it now as an adult, and I know there was this ventriloquist doll involved, which terrified me. I hate anything like that. The first episode had this twist ending, so now I'm kind of anticipating something similar to that. And I know there was a few other 90s shows that focused on like spooky or horror content, so let me know in the comments if you think I should watch those as well. But thank you so much for sharing in this first time watching with me. If you have any other suggestion for TV shows you think I should watch, please comment below. And if you want to have a say in what movies or TV shows I watch, be sure to join Patreon. And as always, please like, comment, and subscribe to this channel, and check back often for more awesome content. And it's such a creative intro too to have that. I'm assuming that character is supposed to represent the author and his briefcase of papers flying out and taking over this town. I do remember this G logo.
Come on, Killer. Let's go.
Dog named Killer.
Take my advice. When your dog whines and paws at something and you go to see what it is, be careful.
Animals always know. Yeah, exactly. Whoa! Glowing eyes. I don't think so. What is that? It looked like mold or something. Gross. It was definitely looking back at her. That's no kitty.
Gross.
Oh, she thinks it was just a sponge. Oh, it is a sponge. It's alive. It's alive. Oh, it's glowing inside the garbage. It's alive. A monster that hides as a sponge. Okay. I like how she washes her face with her eyes closed, too. Ew! Gross, the deadly sponge. That would hurt.
Deadly sponge. I don't know how it got in here, but it was staring at me. It was staring right at me. Katrina.
The case of the deadly sponge. Dog versus glowing sponge. Da, 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 da. The real killer in this episode is bacteria.
Eat a proper breakfast.
But cold pizza's got all the basic food groups on it.
He's not wrong. He's not wrong.
It wasn't this morning.
Danny, you seen him?
No. I'm gonna go take a ride around later, see if I can find him.
Not a good sign if the dog goes missing. Yeah.
I thought, what's next? My brakes!
Oh, someone cut our brakes. Oh my god. Good thing that tree's in the way. The deadly sponge is also a mechanic. It's in her helmet. Oh god.
See, what did I tell you, huh?
This is to prevent kids from cleaning. Better than the X-Files.
Once and for all.
I haven't seen the X-Files either. Oh my.
Or something. Then it's about to get a mistake.
Scientific integrity, yeah.
Science, not to do this.
Now it has teeth.
Right. Forget science.
That was short-lived.
Sponge.
Just gonna bury it in the backyard.
Spongy. Think our bad luck's about to change.
I always say that. Of course it's coming back to life now. It's like grown into the grass as well. How else do you kill a deadly sponge?
We need an expert. We're gonna take it to school. Maybe Miss Vanderhoff will know what to do with it.
An expert at school? Like the teacher's gonna know what to do? Oh my gosh.
Just make sure that whatever you do, you put it back in its cage when you're done. Bye.
Don't let the sponge loose. Yeah, exactly. She's like, I don't want to lose a teacher as well. And of course, she will disregard the child's warning. And the sponge is alive!
Encyclopedia of the Weird. Does it have her picture in it?
Ah, kid jokes.
Bad luck it causes. Each time something bad happens, it gets stronger.
Well, that explains how the axe.
That's terrifying.
What? A lynx. It's this little vampire potato that sucks the life force right out of you.
A vampire potato? Is that real?
Whoa.
Ew.
Let's just deal with one monster at a time, all right?
I mean, if it's in the Encyclopedia of Weird. Haha.
Something.
Not a good idea. If the owner gives the girl away, the owner dies.
I must be the.
Whoa, shoot. That sucks. That's grave.
Know, dear, how much I love you. Please don't take my son.
Who is he singing My Sunshine to? The garbage? He's like, yeah, let me sniff these chemicals to make sure they're the right ones. Yeah, that's a good plan.
It's bubblegum.
What else did you think it'd be? He's like, this ain't no sponge I've ever seen before. Oh, no.
Danger. Acid.
Oh, I'm so glad they labeled it as acid. Da 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 da. Perfect for where school children were. Ah! Oh my god. Oh, taken up by a bookcase.
I'm fine, really.
Oh, it's growing.
Everywhere. The door's blocked. We're trapped. And that thing, the gruel, it's growing.
Gross.
Grab his legs. Come on, we have to carry him up. What's that?
Not his trusty Walkman.
Yeah, but why does it make you want to puke?
Because it's so happy.
That's it.
It hates joy.
You gotta do something.
What?
Sing the song, Kat. Sing.
I don't know the words.
Make it up. It won't know. Yeah, exactly.
Did I ever tell you what a wonderful sponge you are?
Compliments, okay.
So handsome.
Handsome sponge.
Brilliant. Kill it with kindness.
That's what they say.
Your hair.
Skin is so damp, yellow, and
Mmm. Oh, that's good quality.
Be a killer sponge just like you.
He's like, stop, it's too much. You guys are killing me.
hey, it worked.
All right. Cool, a chunk.
Ew, like froze it?
Good morning, Gruely. Another beautiful day.
What is this? Like a shrine for a gruely? Oh my goodness. Make it listen to happy music all day. Forever, for the rest of her life. This is a routine. It's a great parrot photo also. And the dog's back.
Killer, you're back! Come here, boy. All
How's it going,
right.
big guy?
Yeah. Oh, boy, where have you...
Much happier ending than the previous episode.
What'd you bring me, huh? What'd you bring back? What is it?
Maybe I spoke too soon. What did he bring back? Another sponge? Oh no, the vampire potato! Gross. Just when she thought she was safe. That darn dog is finding vampire potatoes. So weird. It just opens up with his teeth. Oh my god. The show really didn't want kids to eat potatoes or clean with a sponge. So that was my first time watching Goosebumps from the episode It Came Beneath the Sink, this theory of a killer sponge. I definitely like the first episode more. Personally, I would have liked to see that vampire potato thing that showed up at the end. I thought that would have been a way more interesting episode. I don't know why they chose a sponge. I guess they were trying to pick like a household thing kids would be familiar with, and the concept of this bad luck ghoulie that basically you're stuck with for the rest of your life. To me, that was the most terrifying part of the episode, was that this thing is now stuck with you for the rest of your life, and if you get rid of it, you die, which which is incredibly dark, again, for being aimed at children, that if you lose this, you know, that's the end, basically. You can't even give it to somebody else, because that means the end for you. This thing is like permanently attached to you. And she had like this shrine built for it to play happy music. I guess you would do whatever you had to, but just so creepy, and not as big as a twist ending as the first episode, but having that dog bring home the potato when just as they're like happy again, about to go have French toast in this like cute family moment. Of course, that's not gonna last. You know, the dog has to bring home this creature. I saw in the end credits that it was filmed in Toronto, so is everybody familiar with Goosebumps? Comment below if you've never heard of the show. I don't know if it was filmed in Toronto and then played in the US as well, or if it's strictly a Canadian show. I was right in my prediction that there would be a new cast for this episode. I imagine each episode will have a new cast. Maybe characters will repeat again, as I don't know what part of the seasons these episodes are from. Definitely some comedic elements as well, which was fun, and I felt like the acting in this episode was better. The janitor singing, you know, "You're my sunshine" to his garbage, I guess. I don't know. That was weird. And I noticed they pick people in real life the kids would know. Like, they would know what a librarian is. Obviously, they would know what a janitor is. Like, all these professions associated with school, as that would be a part of their life. So having this janitor, you know, try and take out this sponge. And her first thought is, oh, I'll bring it to my teacher. My teacher can help. And she's like, it's a sponge. Like, what am I looking at here? What do you want from me? I definitely had some genuine laughs when the kids are trying to compliment this sponge. So bizarre. And like telling them to kill it with kindness and like, oh, I like all of your eyes. And I really like what you've done with your hair. And just, you know, when I grow up, I want to be an evil sponge too. Just so funny, but it still felt like relatable, like things that kids would say, even though I'm sure obviously it was written by adults. Less prosthetics and makeup in this one, as basically the sponge was our creature, and even that was pretty basic. It just had, you know, those glowing eyes and kind of like making small movements and growing and getting bigger and then shrinking and getting smaller. So it was still super creepy, and I think it achieved the effect that it needed to. And again, I don't know what the budget for these episodes are, so I'd rather have one thing that's done, you know, decently, as opposed to 100 things that they can't execute. I'm still trying to figure out how this was meant for kids, as this evil sponge had somehow cut the brakes on her bike as she's like flying down this hill, and somehow is saved by this fallen tree, and that's what stops her. Otherwise, who knows what would have happened. Like, were they actually going to unalive a kid on the show? Terrifying. She breaks her mom's plates, you know, her brother, you know, cuts his foot, just all of these evil things. And at first I thought it was going to go more like a haunted house episode, which I was excited about. Evil sponge has never been on my radar for villains in horror TV or movies. I love that they reference the Encyclopedia of Weird. What else would you do? It's 1995. If they have a computer, it's probably very slow, so the internet isn't what it is today back then. So even if they had tried to use that as a reference, I don't know what sites would have been available, but that's obviously how we learn about this vampire potato as well. And the fact that it won't die, they're like, oh, well, how do you kill? They're like, you can't. I was like, that's so bleak. Like, there is no solution, basically. You're stuck with this thing. And does her brother get one? Does every member of the family have one? It's just her, because she was just unfortunately the one that found it. She did say she's the only one who didn't want to move into that house, so maybe that's why it went after her. I'm glad the dog came back. Overall, I definitely liked the first episode better. I thought it had a better twist. This just seemed a bit ridiculous with this killer sponge. Definitely cheesy and had some funny moments, and like I said, I would have loved to see the killer potato episode instead. But thank you so much for sharing in this first time watching with me. If you have any other suggestions for TV shows you think I should watch, please comment below. And as always, please like, comment, and subscribe to this channel, and check back often for more awesome content. It was definitely looking back at her, that's no kitty. The case of the deadly sponge. Oh, someone cut her brakes. Oh my god, good thing that tree's in the way. Now it has teeth. Just gonna bury it in the backyard. An expert at school, like the teacher's gonna know what to do. Who is he singing My Sunshine to, the garbage? Dog is finding vampire potatoes.